I'm going to make what I believe is a reasonably safe assumption. You've used a camera before, right? And I know we've all had this experience where we see the most amazing scene or thing, and we line up the shot, and it's perfect. Your eye sees it amazingly. How can the camera? And then you get the photos back. Back in the old days when you had to wait. No, even digital. You look at the screen, and it's like, it's flat. It didn't bring out the details, or it didn't catch the subject. You saw this bird or a squirrel or whatever, or your dog, and then you see more backyard than you see dog. The dog looks diminished. The camera didn't see the world the way you did. Well, it's normal. The problem with it comes in that then all of a sudden we jump to the conclusion of, well, I'm not a good photographer. I'm not good at this. Why? Why would we jump to that? Well, we compare it to what we see out and about or online. We compare it with the professional work, the people who have, let's be honest, practiced. They've learned their tools inside and out. They've honed their craft. They've gone above and beyond to try and make sure that their tools match, or they see the way their tools do, so they get the best result out of it. It's not you. It's a matter of practice. And this is true of mainstream and social media. It's not, they have perfected the craft of simplifying, characterizing, or characterization, and exaggeration. So they don't show us reality as it is. They show us this funhouse mirror version of the world. For theatrical productions, you need to do this. You can't have a production with 600 people and follow every one of their stories. This is normal. This is part of it. So they reduce the scope and they exaggerate characteristics. Look at any medical drama, whether it's House, Scrubs, Grey's Anatomy, whether you look at news shows do this. They boil it down to some very simple sound bites, and depending on who you watch, all it is the same thing. Them bad, them good. It's characterization and exaggeration. They do that. The Gilded Age was better than most in that it showed you multiple social tiers, but it certainly didn't show, well, it showed some of the interaction, but it was more about, again, they have to reduce the scope. They can only tell so many stories. So they're telling you like 5 or 6 stories well, and it's a big production to put on. But most media does what Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and I'm not talking about Wonka, I'm talking about the Johnny Depp version. They chose 5 children and they way exaggerated the stereotype, or they took an archetype and they blew it way out. The glutton, the greedy, the ultra competitive, the technology obsessed, and then Charlie, of course, who represents kind of this youthful innocence that a child is supposed to be. And that's fine for the story because it's a children's story, but again, it provides this kind of funhouse mirror. It really kind of distorts it is our reality for a while. And it's fun, but it's not representative of life. And this is, the reason I bring all of this up is because social media is the same thing. You've got 10% of all the people who use social media, only 10% are the posters, or the people who actually 90% of people just consume social media. So you've got 10%, and you tend to, in that, have the people who simplify characterization and exaggerate that characterization. So it does the same thing. But then, of course, you get to things like dating or online dating, and all you hear is, online dating sucks. Dating is terrible. Oh my God, it sucks. And it's all scammers, and it's all, oh no, it's awful. And then the problem is that the people who are on social media, the people who complain tend to, that they're looking for their outlet, and that's fine. It's an outlet. But then you get the people who are complaining, and then the 90% of us, or, the 90% of people who are just consuming get this view that it is terrible and that it's not worth it and whatnot. And yet people see wonderful results from it every single day. Like every single day, there are people having success with this, but we only see that distorted version, right? So if you want to kind of get away from the, oh my God, it's terrible. And if you want to get away from the distorted social media view of it, Hi, my name is Richard Struther. I am the widower's wingman. I help men who've lost find the most spectacular relationships after loss. You can find me at thewidowerswingman.com, and there you can book a free call with me. It's not a sales call. It says 45 minutes. It's not 45 minutes. We're going to take the time we need to do it right. It really is about finding out who you are, where you're at, and giving you a realistic assessment of and figuring out what's best for you and what resources you need. And if I'm not the right resource, that's okay. I want to put you in touch with the right resource. I want to get you to the right resources for where you're at. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you want. If you know somebody who is contemplating online dating and they're put off by what they're seeing on social media, please do share this. It only helps if people get in touch because they get to see this. I want to put out the message that it's not all doom and gloom. So that's just part of it, but nonetheless. I will see you guys in the next video if I don't get the privilege of meeting you first.